So it was good effort tonight from our guys. I mean, there was one of those games where, we had to really make our guys know that you're not playing. You can't look at the record of Northern Arizona. I mean, they're a team, as you watch them on film, I mean, I think they're better than what their record is for whatever reason. The parts aren't fitting right now, but Jack does a good job with those guys. They got a plan. And if you don't attack them the right way in terms of mentally and in terms of your game plan, they're a team that can definitely sneak up on you. I mean, they're a team that in league, other than really playing against Montana and Weber, they're a team that's basically played everybody really close. And so we really had to make sure our guys knew what they were getting themselves into. And I thought our guys came out with the right mentality, the right approach. The biggest thing is on the defensive end. One, we didn't want to, we wanted to limit their threes, even though they're not a great three-point shooting team percentage-wise. When they play well, they make threes, and then keeping them off the foul line. They're number one in the country in terms of the number of points that they get at the foul line percentage-wise. So we wanted to really do a good job of not fouling, which I thought we did. And really, other than a little stretch there in the first half, at the end of the first half where we turned it over about 80 times in a matter of about 6 possessions, I thought we did a really good job for the most part controlling the game. And I thought the second half our guys came out and for the first 5 minutes really set the tone defensively, which allowed us to get out on offense. Because with their press, even though they're not a team that necessarily creates a lot of turnovers, even though we turned it over 18 times tonight, it kind of screws with the flow of the game. And I thought our guys did a really good job, of getting stops to where they couldn't get set in their defense. And then once they did get set off a couple made shots, our guys did a really good job of attacking the press. I thought Jalen Sanders played a whale of a game for a freshman. For him to come out and get 24-6, 4-4, and 4, really set the tone. And then Anthony Johnson's a guy that, I talked to him this week, is that, even though we got 5 games left, your senior year hasn't gone necessarily the way you want it to go. I really do feel like he's a guy that's going to help us win some games here late, and I thought he did a really good job coming off the bench, being aggressive, hitting the defensive boards, and I think he's really going to take a step in the right direction and really help us finish this thing off here over the course of the last 4 games in the league.
You talked about in the second half, what changed on their end or on your end that you were able to get out to that 16-2 round to start?
I'm not sure if anything really changed in terms of what we were trying to do. I mean, I thought we did a better job. I thought we did a really good job the first half, the first 8 to 10 seconds of the defensive possession, and then we allowed them to bounce it by us, and our rotations weren't very good. And so I thought in the second half we did a better job of winning the first dribble, not putting ourselves in so many rotations, making them finish through us. And I thought that was really the big difference. And then to allow them only to have, the final stats say they got 10 offensive rebounds. We out-rebounded them by 14, and they're a team with the way they play offensively. They usually got 2 of those big guys down low that are really looking to rebound. And so I thought we did a really good job on the glass, which is something that we've done a really good job of over the course of the last 5 or 6 games. We've gotten back into the top 30 in the country in defensive rebounding percentage. That's a team goal, and we got to continue to do that as we move on.
Did you see something with that was able to have Jalen this kind of night that he had, 4 or 5 categories? He had season career high.
Well, that's who he is, and that's where a lot of people made a mistake in the recruiting process. He's a guy in high school that he just makes winning plays. I mean, there's some guys that just they know how to stuff the stat sheet, and that's what he does. And he finds ways to make winning plays, and he's only really scratching the surface. I mean, if he really takes that next step, I mean, he's a guy that's goes from a guy that should be freshman of the year in the league to a guy that should be an all-league guy next year if he continues to develop.
Talk a little bit about Saturday, senior night.
Yeah, no. Saturday, Southern Utah, I mean, need a great crowd for senior night. Playing a team that's as talented as anybody in the league. They got a lot of Division I transfers. They had a tough one tonight at North Dakota, but they're a team that's going to have our full attention because they're a team that's, when they walk in here, they're going to look the part. They have a pretty good plan. Coach Simon does a good job with them, putting them in position to play to their strengths, and so we're going to do a really good job of really a quick turnaround to prepare our guys. And I think it's going to be a great way to send our guys out, to send Tyler Luce, Andre Spite, Anthony Johnson, Tanner Morgan. And I'm excited that all their parents are here to see them off, and that's going to be a big night with the 7 o'clock tip on a Saturday. Hopefully we can get Bear Nation out there and have a great home crowd.